figuring out our flex plate issue with the adapter kit to put the CD99 transmission in the car. So now what you're hearing is me just torquing down all the bolts onto the flywheel. We are using a 200SX flex plate, and that's like from the automatic car to get it to have the starter work. So that's on perfectly, and then now we're just bolting down the flywheel. And this is once again from PMC Motorsport. So the flywheel torque spec on these is like, not to be a meme or anything, but 69 foot-pounds of torque. So we're just cranking her down right now, and then we can throw in the transmission right here, which is ready. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so put my ear protection in for the last time, hopefully. And my eye protection in for the last time, hopefully. I think we're at, I don't know, like nine times the transmission has been up. And then we see like where it's hitting the trans tunnel, and then we just gotta massage it some more. So, I'm gonna grab the air hammer once again. We have the input shaft like in the clutch like disc like input shaft hole, but it's not all the way up. It's about 1/8 of an inch or even less, a 16th. So it's just these little areas here. And then once I'm done with this, then we can finally put it in and just be done with it. All right, so it is in. I mean, roughly, we have a little bit of space here, but now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna utilize the clutch slave hole here, this little inspection hole. And basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking at the input shaft and how it lines up with the clutch disc input surface. And what you can do is you can put it into gear, like the transmission into gear, and then it's already in gear, but like for simple sake, let's, you know, put it in any gear, and then you're just gonna rotate the output shaft until you see it line up. And you know, you don't need to do this. You can also go by feel, but it's just a simple way to do this. Now, essentially, you can just push it in, and this is a little heavy transmission, but it's all about the angle of the dangle in this scenario. Once you feel like you're locked in, then it's all about just keeping the right angle, pressure on it. And then, yeah, so we're locked in now. So now we can use bolts to kind of just squeeze our way into the transmission. But let me show you guys what I mean. So this is gonna be the gap that you're okay with putting bolts in, and then using the bolts to squeeze the rest of the transmission together to the mating surface. So on any clutch job, that's kind of like the whole thing that you're gonna wanna do. Let's get this out of the way. So now that the transmission is in, we're just gonna make sure we get all the bell housing bolts in, even the ones up top. I'm talking to you 240 boys. I bought plenty of your guys' drift missiles, and you guys really like to just do half the fucking transmission bolts. Sorry for my language, but we're gonna make sure all the bolts are in, and then funny enough, the S13 and S14 SR20 5-speed transmissions, those mounts fit exactly in the same location on the CD009 and 370Z transmissions. So all we need to do is bolt in our adapter mount. We can grab that real quick over here. So that's right here. And then that kind of just goes bloop in place of what this would be for the 5-speed. So that's down there now. So yeah. Okay, and then pretty much after this is mounted in, one, we gotta drop the drive shaft back off to dynamic drive lines, and they're just gonna cut down the steel drive shaft that I had and made it up to this new yoke. You can see this is from LOJ Conversions. This has a Hall effect sensor surface area cut into it, so we can use that for speed sensor. We're gonna send that to the dash, the OEM dash, I should say, with the Nismo cluster. And then we're gonna do some fabrication on the downpipe for the new turbo setup. So the snowball that we did last week will officially be melted. Is that a good?
Hello once again, everybody. First off, I would like to apologize. The past couple of weeks I've been sick and life has been a little bit heavy. So I've been down in the dumps, but we're all good now. Everything's much better. So a little less melancholy, monotone that I've been in our past videos these past couple of weeks. But right now, I am buttoning up the interior of this Outback. This has been my baby in the shop for a while. This was my first build I did for Off the Line. 450 horsepower sleeper Outback, Cobb 20G, the works. We've put out a video on it before, I believe. But yeah, so it's dropping fuel pressure, and we're suspecting that the stock fuel pump, which we now have replaced with an AEM 340, is not getting enough voltage. So we're doing a hardwire kit thanks to iWire, and I'm getting it all finished up right now. The car runs, so should solve our problem, hopefully. How's it going, everybody? So I just finished the Outback that you guys saw in the previous video, and right now I am putting a new harness on this manifold on the Silver Blobeye WRX. Pretty simple stuff right now, but coming up, we've got something special for you guys. This is gonna be the first in-depth build series that we're gonna put out. I will be building it's a WRX sedan, I think, but this is the build sheet right here. Comment what you think's on this sheet. I'll read a little bit of the stuff off just to give you guys a hint. We've got a front mount, we've got a Wicked manifold, I see turbo kit, I see a built fuel system, I see an oil cooler, and we've got a closed deck short block sitting ready to be built. So it's gonna be a pretty sweet car when we're done with it. But yeah, that's your update. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and always hit notifications and whatnot, and we'll see you in the next one.